It's Matt here. So I just read a post about the CEO. I think it was the CEO of Fiverr, which is like an outsourcing website. It's been around forever. They used to charge $5 for like random little odd jobs for internet marketing and online businesses, and then they changed the model to usually low cost, but like a marketplace for service providers. And the CEO has supposedly just come out with and basically said, look, AI is taking all of your jobs, including his, on a real like short term, like real in months, not years. That's paraphrased. It's a longer post than that, but this is supposedly what it said. I've not verified it to see if it's right, but I've been talking about AI and robotics for years. I kind of was waiting for this golden age of AI and robotics to come since I was a teenager. And as of 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you can find videos of me online talking about AI and people laughing at me. Like now everybody like accepts it as a thing and as a thing that's coming. But like nobody did, and everybody just thought like, oh, it's nutty Matt, and now it's here and it's obvious, and people are like, now the tune has turned from, yeah, like you're a nut job thinking AI is going to come and change everything, and now people are saying, no, AI is going to create more jobs than it gets rid of. How do you figure that, genius? Like, it's not like the Industrial Revolution or anything that else that's come before it. It's intelligence, true intelligence, and it will be greater intelligence than the combined intelligence of all humanity. It's not going to be cleverer than your next door neighbour or than Tim, the local plumber that you see down the pub that talks poop every weekend. It's going to be smarter than all of us and better than all of us at everything in a few short years. If we get 20 years out of it before AI and robotics absolutely envelope and dwarf everything humanity can do, I'll be shocked. The truth is, the future has never been more uncertain and more exciting and more scary and more anxiousness creating for those that are in the know ever before. Things are going to change and change so massively, and it gets me thinking. A lot of what I define myself as is a business owner, as an entrepreneur, as an investor. These are things that I essentially have self-worth and my ego is centered around. Take those things away from me and I feel like I'm a lesser person. As sad as that might be, just that's the truth. A lot of my identity, self-worth, a lot of my happiness comes from the fact that I pursue business pursuits. It's what I do, it's what I've always done, it's what I enjoy. And like, take that away from me and I'm not sure how much of that chunk of me it's taken away. So I often ponder, because I'm not an idiot that thinks that AI is not going to take all the jobs and take away a lot of businesses. Most businesses that are currently business models that are available to you as a business owner now, it's going to take most of them away. And that's the reality. It's not when it happens. Sorry, it's not if it happens, it's when it happens. And if you can't see that, it's because you've not realized that AI is not the tool, it's not going to be the tool that it is now. AI is going to not be the hammer that you use to hammer the nail in. It's going to be the hand that uses the hammer. It's going to be the agent. When it gets agency, and it's in the process of doing so. It's done it for a while in narrow bases, but when it gets broad range agency, as in the ability to apply itself to different things autonomously without human interaction and do it as well as or better than huge teams of well-experienced humans in that thing, then what do you think the use for you is going to be? When it's smarter, faster, doesn't complain, doesn't cost as much, never gets ill, never goes on holiday, what do you think is going to happen to you? And you could say, no, but I'm a lawyer. Yeah, the only way lawyers are going to be protected is if they somehow artificially say, and they are doing that currently, because I saw somebody try and use AI to defend themselves in a court of law, and the judge just basically laughed it out of the courtroom and said, you can't do that. It's not passed to the bar. So the bar exam is like the lawyer's exam in America. It's not past the bar, so you can't use AI in this courtroom. I think he used like an AI avatar, like literally a human face, and it was talking and stuff. And she was like, no, you can't do that. And it's going to be society-imposed restrictions around certain industries that save those industries and nothing more. Because can AI be a better lawyer than a human? Yes, undoubtedly so. AI, just now level of AI, so the worst AI could ever get, because it's only going to get better, the worst AI is currently able to pass the bar and pass it in like the top 1% or something of humans, the bar exam. So it's only human beings as a society saying, no, we're not going to allow AI to represent humans in court, that will protect a lawyer's job, say a barrister's job. But like, there's been a whole bunch of times whereby maybe I've needed a legal agreement or needed some legal advice in business or personal stuff, and I've turned to ChatGPT instead of going to the lawyer. So instead of going to the lawyer and having them charge you $5,000 for that very simple contract, you tell ChatGPT what you need, you tweak it a little bit with a few prompts here and there, and there's your legal agreement, and it's good enough for most circumstances. I'm not saying there's not still high-level circumstances where you're better off with a law firm. Of course there is, but for a lot of basic stuff, for basic business owners, AI can do stuff like that. But it's not stopping there. Graphics, video, admin, high-level stuff, creative stuff, like music, just everything you can think of, AI will soon be able to do better than you can do it. So it leads me to think, like, I don't want to be all doomsday and all like, well, we might as well, we're kind of screwed then. But I do think you've got a certain window of opportunity whereby capitalism's still capitalism. You're still able to go out, start a business and make a bunch of money. AI's not took over yet. It will do. During some time frame, it will do. You haven't got forever. So you better pull your socks up and pull your sleeves up, or whatever the saying is, and you better do whatever you had in mind to do. Now, I don't know what the future brings. I don't know how humanity's gonna deal with it. I know that certain people have got a depopulation agenda and it's directly linked to AI. Once they don't need us, well, they don't need us. You do the maths. But like, for you to protect yourself in the future, you've got to think about what it is you move into right now. For example, and I've done a lot of thinking on this topic, and again, I know this is going to get a load of downvotes. It's going to get a load of people saying, oh, I'll never replace my job. Yeah, all right, idiot. It will. Like, that's just the bottom line. It just will. You're going to be unnecessary real soon. If you get 20 years out of it, I'll be shocked. You're one of the lucky ones. But trust me, normal people are going to start losing jobs. And this is a perfect example of what effect it's going to have, right? So I often see in Facebook groups, in the Dubai Facebook groups, Brits in Dubai Facebook groups, people saying, I'm a plumber or I'm a plasterer. Can I come over to Dubai and earn as a plumber or plasterer? And the fact of the matter is no, because there's low cost labour from third world countries and poor countries where their people have come over here and they'll work for £500 a month, but you want £500 a day. Not going to happen. You can't come to Dubai and make that work. It's just not a thing. Well, you imagine that en masse, but with AI. When AI can do everything. And load AI into robots, which is why I've heavily invested into Tesla, by the way. The Optimus is probably going to be the best-selling product of all time, which is Tesla's robot that Elon Musk putting together. But you load solid AI into a robot, and essentially it can learn everything in real time and autonomously do it with its own hands. A bipedal robot, smarter than you, stronger than you, doesn't get tired. Yeah, all right, if battery wears out, it'll switch it out for another one. Boom, carry on. 24/7, it can think faster, move faster, work harder, more accurately. Surgeons aren't safe, doctors aren't safe, lawyers aren't safe unless this self-imposed stuff. I was speaking to one idiot one time, and he was like, well, I'm a pilot. Nobody's going to want to fly on a plane that's flown by AI with no humans on board. Yeah, idiot. What do you think? How do you think people are going to feel when there's been 0 plane crashes due to AI error over an entire 5-year period, but all of the plane crashes that are not mechanical based, that are due to operator error, all of them are human. Or like say out of 1,000 crashes, 999 of them are due to human error, say, or mechanical error, and the AI ones are faster, more accurate, better, and they don't crash, and they're just safer. Who do you think you're going to fly with when statistics bear out the reality that AI can do something better than a human can? Now, that's not to say all is lost. That's not to say there's not going to be some industries that are safer than others. For example, if you build an audience of humans, well, that human audience probably aren't going to want to follow an AI. Can you hear that? That human audience probably aren't going to want to follow an AI. Now, there will be AI channels and there will be AI influencers. And I mean, there already are female influencer AI, like sexy ladies in AI, and they make money. Men subscribe to them and pay stuff. But what happens when the world changes and you can't keep up? Well, you've got to go into these industries that have a certain amount of a moat behind them. So experience-based businesses. This is one that I think will stand the test of time longer than a lot of businesses, because humans are going to seek human experiences. And whilst there'll be AI and robots that are providing some elements of those experiences, there's nothing quite like getting with humans. An AI is an AI, a robot is a robot. It's not a human. It could act like one, but it's not one. The unpredictability, the savage brutality, the quirky, weird offness that is human will be replicated, but it won't be quite the same. So people will seek out experience-based businesses. They will seek out businesses with human contact. So if you're in a human contact business, then those businesses I think are going to stand the test of time. Audience-based things. So if you build an audience, which is partially what I'm in the process of doing, you build an audience, then as a leader, as the future changes, you can take that human audience with you. And a lot of people are going to prefer a human leader traversing them through this new world as opposed to an AI leader could, right? But there's just a couple of things off the top of my head. I've not done any preparation for this video. It's more me just talking. Look, the truth is the future is bringing massive change and it's super uncertain. You need to stack assets. You need to generate income, you need to stack assets, diversified ones, whether that's some money in precious metals, whether that's some money in real estate, whether that's some money in stocks and shares, maybe in the tech side of things, in the AI and robotics side of things, maybe that's whatever that looks like. You need to get diversified, you need to get some assets. Some of them are going to be made worthless and swallowed up. Maybe crypto is your savior, I don't know, but you've got to get your money into assets, you've got to get your business, you've got to stack that cash, because nobody knows what's coming, nobody knows how bad it's going to get. I think capitalism's days are numbered. I'm a capitalist, I don't want them to be, I don't want this massive change, but it's coming, and you've got to be ready for it unless you're ready to get swallowed up by AI and robotics in the future. So what I want you to do in the comments of this video, tell me what you think to my little rant on this video. What do you think is going to happen with AI and robotics? Are you one of these head buried in the sand, clueless folks that thinks that AI's never going to take your job? Like that pilot that thought he's never going to lose his job, even though planes land themselves now, planes fly themselves now, throw AI into it, it'll do it better and safer than any human. And when that's been happening for a few years, you think a human's going to want to get on a plane with a human when humans can get drunk, get depressed, and fly into a mountain on purpose because their life turned to shit? Or they're going to want to get on the AI. Who knows? But anyway, tell me what you think. And more so than that, I want you to tell me what industries you think have got some longevity to them. What industries are safer than others? Which industries are likely to stand the test of time? Like I say, having an audience, a human audience, following a human, I think is going to be huge. That's one of them. And an experience-based business, I think pretty much everything else is going to get affected in such a huge way. and it has massive implications for humanity, people's ability to earn. What happens when AI can do it better than you can do it, easier, cheaper, faster? You lose your ability to earn, or you become one of the people that get paid pennies riding around the city on a motorbike because anybody could ride around on a motorbike and deliver stuff. Like, are you going to be able to keep a high-level skill set, high-level knowledge, high-level competency in something that AI can't take? If so, what is it? I'm interested. Let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Sorry if this is depressing. I didn't mean it to be.